And we got a fire pod though for
Yeah.
you guys today. We listened to a South by Southwest speech by Jack Conte, who is the CEO of Patreon, and he did this keynote on the idea of the death of the follower was what it was called, and he was explaining kind of his founding story of being on the internet and creating a band and what it was like to actually create a community behind it, and where he sees social media as well as this idea of the follower going in 2024. It was pretty interesting.
What I thought was cool is I didn't realize that the guy who started Patreon is a creator himself, and it makes sense, but he's been in the game for a minute. So he started off as a musician and he had a band. What was it called?
Pamplemousse.
I can't even pronounce that.
It's the color purple.
Okay.
It's like a shade of purple.
He had this band and he realized that he was doing these shows, but no one was showing up. And it was really hard to build a fan base and an audience of people that wanted to listen to his music. And then social media came around and the concept of the follower really changed his life because he started uploading on YouTube and, posting his music and doing covers, and people started paying attention. And he had a few videos that went viral. And then all of a sudden, he's getting people that are showing up at his events and his concerts, and that really changed his life. But then he starts talking about how things have really changed within the content space, and we've really noticed it as well, like the way that content is distributed and how much content is going out nowadays, and how it's can be kind of frustrating to have a certain amount of followers and then a small percentage of those followers see your work.
Yeah, it's interesting because now I feel like you could have someone that has, let's just say 500 people are following or subscribed.
Yeah.
And they might have something go off. They might have something get 40,000, 50,000 views on something. But you might have, on the flip side of it, someone that has 1 million subscribers and something gets 10,000 or 20,000. And it could be an amazing, insane episode, but maybe you guys shit the bed a little bit on the thumbnail that day. And no one, the click-through rate on the video was terrible. So no one ended up seeing it. And it's very frustrating because you think oh, people are subscribing to us or people are following our page, they're going to see this thing. But that's just not always the case. It's very interesting.
What's also frustrating is when you do follow someone on, TikTok or Instagram, or you're subscribed to them on YouTube, you're hoping to see their stuff. But oftentimes, based on the algorithm, you might be following someone or subscribe to someone and not see their content. And then all of a sudden, maybe months later, something of theirs pops up and you're like, oh my God, I forgot I even followed that person. But it's because, I feel like we all follow a ton of people, but also so much content is being put out, and the way that the algorithm works, you don't always get to see everybody's content.
No, and 68% of you guys are actually not subscribed to the
bullshit.
pod. So if you're a Boulder, you will go to YouTube right now, because YouTube, for those that don't know, if you can, it helps us out a ton if you watch it on YouTube. It literally helps us pay people that work under the pod. So if you can, go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, turn the post notifications on. We always upload on Thursdays for the most part, unless there's a wild week. But we'll always let you guys know on our Instagram stories, as well as on, as well as on in YouTube, for the subscribe situation. Fuck, that was a lot of, what was that? What was going on? It's the allergies. The allergies are messing me up today.
I will say also, dude, the set looks great. You got to go over to YouTube and see what how we look.
Gotta check it out. Gotta leave us a comment. It really does help us a ton though. And something that I thought Jack said that was interesting, and something I'm trying to just embody more, is just making more stuff, producing more to your catalog. And I think that there might be some of you who maybe you're like, yo, dude, no one's seeing my stuff. I've started making content. Maybe you've done it for a few months, and you see guys like us, we've done it for more than 10 years. And I'm like, yo, no one's seeing my stuff this week, dude. What's going on with this thing? But the only thing you can do besides bitch is start posting more stuff. Those are your only real two options. Bitch a little bit, start posting more stuff.